let him enjoy that magic. Who are you to crush it?
The person who's seen the behind-the-scenes footage of Michael Motion trying to do that without looking at it and being frustrated.
Fair enough. So today's race will be in Little Magic for the Game Boy Color. This game is a Sokoban-style game in some respects and not in others. The main mechanic we're going to see here is that there are bubbles that the main character gets to use. The bubbles can be moved, can be blown up to a specific size. They can be blown up repeatedly until they pop. Using these bubbles to push blocks around at a range as well is going to be a key. So you can also use these bubbles to cross gaps and the like. So there are going to be some really interesting, or no, not cross gaps, I'm sorry. They're mostly just used to push things around. So it's like having an extra reach in a Sokoban game. But there's a bit of differences for this one. Because when you blow the bubbles, they start to slowly shrink until they pop. So after some time, they'll pop and push the block around, and you're going to often see situations where they have to use that bubble timing to push other bubbles around. And if this good, it's stage 20. If this goal was anything less than that, you won't get to see the final area. So without too much more spoiling what's going on, you'll see exactly what I mean here. Are you excited, Pizza?
I'm a little confused, but not ready, I guess.
Let's do this. Now for Little Magic, a charming little Game Boy Color puzzle game that if you haven't played after watching this, go play it a little bit. It's wonderful. Fun fact, this was my third, I think, race ever raced on SRL.
What was your first?
Dexterity for the Game Boy.
That's another ominous name. What is you in games of ominous names? Also, wow, this game's kind of anime.
Yeah, I don't know, it's anime. So the object of the game is to push the heart onto the heart.
Not past the plot!
Not past it, onto it. The stairs are only unlocked when that heart is there. So here we're going to see some simple Sokoban stuff. This is the first introduction of the push mechanic. One of the buttons you press will push whatever you're touching forward. So you're going to have to push it over gaps and the like. So like in this one, you're going to have to push and then create a bubble, let it pop, and push the thing, just like pikapals has just done.
Ah, okay. That makes a lot more sense now from what you were saying.
Exactly. So you build the bubbles. Now, alternatively, you can also do what NPC was doing there, where you make a small bubble, and then it pops. So in this one, you have to make a bubble, then push the bubble, and let it pop and burst it. So you're going to see some chains of that. If you thought that mechanic looks simple, level 20 is a blast. So the next thing we have is the super obvious, I guess you can you guess what those arrows do?
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. Do they... Is that...
Sorry, my second race was Little Magic. My third race was Buafa's Spooky Castle, which we will not speak of. So pikapals has the right answer here. You prep the bubble in that corner, so that way, when you push the heart, it frees it from being in that corner. So the key thing is, this is a Sokoban game where you have the ability to get your thing off a wall.
Yeah, it's like that level 1.6 or 1.7 in Quirk we had earlier, where you had to put one of the characters in the corner to push the block out. Except you do it with bubble.
Oh, also the game has lives, I think I recall.
It did look like there was a lives counter on the screen there, yeah.
Yeah, so Pika uses the broken raft there, or the breaking part, to reposition yourself. Because if they just went down at that point, you don't have an instantly turning button. So you have to specifically move in a downward direction. When you're up against the wall, you can turn in any direction you want. But in that case, had he just moved down, it would have put him in the hole and doesn't really do anything there.
Ah, I see. Right, okay.
So NPCs
this
getting
is
the
an
idea
interesting
of...
game.
Oh no, it's absolutely fantastic. And the best part is that it's a part, it being a race. Because this game has that bubble mechanic. As that bubble, you see that bubble is growing. You can actually kind of sort of do some
quick
stuff.
charge or long charge?
So Yeah, because if you wait for too long, remember, you're in a race. Oh, and Pikapals pushes it too far and into the spikes. The heart cannot touch the spikes. So, like, for instance, NPC is giving himself a little more space to move by making the bubbles bigger. Whereas Pikapals is more forming...
timing, looser timing, but it's slower.
Right. Whereas Pikapals is getting a lot of time saved by simply making a small bubble and letting it go. It looks like NPC messed up on that one. So, this is going to be the first enemy we see, and I don't remember if it's the only enemy or not. We have snakes. Now, the best thing about snakes is that they aren't all that dangerous in terms of the fact that you can push bubbles up against them and let them deal with that. But I seem to recall something about the snakes not touching the heart. I could be entirely wrong. We're about to find out with Pikapals here, I'm sure. Oh no, Pikapals is deciding to do something different here. And Pikapals is just racing against the snake. Alright, that works too. So this is the first technical level that you're going to see with the bubbles, where you need to pop the bubble, grab another bubble, push it so that it pops, and then you need to make a bubble, push it, and then make a bubble to pop it. So you're going to see this scenario. And Pikapals got it quickly.
Wow, nice, first time.
So we're going to start seeing bubble combos being required.
Apparently there's a SNES version of this.
I did not know. So, Pikapals is realizing, or has to realize at this point, in a Sokoban game, the key thing is that you are not
Never push it against the wall, unless you know it needs to stay there.
Exactly. Never push it against the wall.
And what do? Push it against the wall again! It's that thing that Card said earlier about doing the same thing multiple times in a row and expecting different results.
Yeah, and it looks like Pikapals now has the right idea. So continues in this game do in fact let you just continue on the spot. They are not a problem.
Well, that's a good thing, at least.
So we have here, Pikapal's got to figure out that you've got to stay on that and use, again, another bubble combo. So all you got to do is push that heart back down and then across, and yeah, he's got it. Now it comes to that bubbling. So it's really easy to mix up some of the timings on this, especially in later levels. Because if you thought getting across a 3 gap...
You have to do a 4 gap at some point.
You wish it was only 4.
5?
You wish it was only 5. Luckily, your wish is granted. So, this is a fun one because you have to push the bubble
across, get it trapped in the corner, block on it, and then, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta use your bubble as a buffer. So, it does that, and it just blasts the heart. So the spikes aren't lethal to you. They're only lethal to the heart.
That's kind of not obvious for a game like this.
It's not. It actually very looks like you're done for as soon as you do it.
I take it the heart also slides.
Yes, it does. So,
okay, you have to push the bubble push on it, rather than you pushing it across yourself, right?
Right, because you slide on the ice with it. I'm sorry, I don't think the heart does slide on its own. I think that your bubble will only push it forward a little bit. Oh, no, Pikapals, you just push it up against the wall.
I take it, and this is another one of those games about an undo button, I take it.
Yeah, no undo button on this one. Unfortunately, we're still not in 2007 yet. I'm going to make that my arbitrary date when we realize that undo buttons were the king.
Yeah, but what year was Quirk released?
to be fair, I mean, Quirk was a puzzle game ahead of his time. It was not just block pushing puzzles there. That was like full-on pivot tables.
Spot the database engineer!
Not me. I only built a race bot dealing with it.
Okay.
I may or may not have had to engineer a couple databases in my time, though. Okay, fine. You got me. So, this one's fun because that arrow stops you.
So you
gotta push it across,
and then walk across it. Ooh, no. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta do a
you gotta time the bubble and then get in the corner ready to push it out.
Yep. All these times we keep seeing you having to push the bubble in the corner. This is the first time where you have to put yourself in the corner. So, to see how much of a threat these are, now, here's the thing about that arrow block. That's only blocking your movement in that direction, directly facing the arrow.
Sideways across it, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen games where one of the main puzzle tricks is that you can walk sideways across arrows.
So let's see if pikapals can figure this part.
Is that Yeah, that's crumbly ground again, isn't it?
Yep, that is crumbling ground. So NPC, though, is only a moment behind. That's only like, what, 1 stage, 2 stages? But does the bubble in the back. So this one, that heart is way off in the distance. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yep. Remember how I said there was a 4 block incoming?
Then there's a 5 later.
You wish. Alright, Pika's just got to do this big combo here. Bring your best off making a big bubble. So this is simple, but
it's a tutorial level.
It's kind of hard. It's a simple concept, but executing it stops your brain for a bit. So now we get to deal with everybody's favorite mechanic, teleporters. Which, really, getting the heart in this time is not a problem. I mean, look at that.
The problem is not blocking yourself out afterwards, like Pikapals has done just that here.
Exactly. So Pikapals accidentally walked into that crumbling block. So he's got to restart it because he walked into the teleporter first. So we're on stage 17.
That's really short a goal. It looks like... okay, you probably know this game better than I do, so...
Level 20 is beastly.
Right.
For the record, I completed this game in 19 minutes and 33 seconds. For this goal. But now, you gotta push the heart out, while avoiding snakes, while not breaking the ground you're on. And here we see NPC executing the 14 one. Now, this one looked harder than it really is, actually. I mean, as long as you're keeping your path right, you just, look at that, he just sneaks right past the snakes. And recognizes that that bubble's gotta go down.
I totally was not paying attention to the snake dodging because I was looking at NPC try and make the bubble bridge.
Yeah. So this one's fun. All it is you got a snake bearing down on you.
You gotta know to block the snake with the bubble, but do they know that?
Right. Because all that happens
no, you
is
can't outrun the snake.
You down. You can't outrun it, but it does not like the bubble. 19. Easy, breezy, beautiful. No. You wish it was 5.
I can't even see the other side of that screen. Oh, it's 5 and... Oh, that's evil.
It's not just 5. It is 5 and 4. But NPC is right on Pikapals too. This is one hell of a close race. Every time I look over, NPC is like on the stage right before Pikapals. Now, as long as you don't let the snakes intimidate you, they're really not a problem. Oh, it looks like NPC didn't move quite fast enough.
So close.
So first you have to get the heart out of there, which is what Pikapals has just done. But Pikapals also has the heart stuck there, because how's he going to get out? The answer is, he needed to do that. So now he's going to have to push the block across 5 spaces.
And then push a bubble across 4 spaces.
Right.
Yeah, I think your time's getting beaten here.
Probably. I got to this mechanic at around this time. Somehow...
And then it took you 6 minutes.
It did. It was just absolutely like, I was just not doing it right. Pikapals says screw it and gets it done instantly. What? NPC now also on the final level. Okay. So Pikapals, actually, this is the fun part. Pikapals showed up randomly. I was racing against a few of the people that I've been playing now, because I've been practicing. I was practicing blind races at the time, and suddenly in a race that we had plotted to do, who's this Pikapals guy? You've never seen him before.
So just some random that showed up in a mystery tournament race, like people can do in a mystery tournament race.
Not in a mystery tournament race.
Oh no, he went mystery.
During our blind practices, before mystery. So it was
when was this?
This was way back in January, almost a year ago, or more than a year ago.
Meanwhile, NPC has pushed the heart against the wall, and nope, got to restart.
So yeah, this part is not as easy, because you got to make sure that you're doing the right sized bubbles, because by blowing that bubble up, he actually messed up and has his other bubble popping before it. So you got to blow that bubble, quickly have it burst, then have a small bubble burst, then not blow a bubble bigger than that one, burst it. It's...
Oh! So close!
Oh, nope. Pikapals, no! Just let it end. This is a battle right here. Pikapals got it.
At the risk of saying something little memey, oh no, we're in trouble. Someone's come along and they burst our bubble. Sorry.
All right. Well done, May.
GG.
And Pikapals. That is that. That is all 20 levels of the Apprentice difficulty. The rest of them move on to the harder difficulty, if I remember, is actually where these are. So when you start at a higher difficulty level, it actually just starts you in like level 21.
How many levels are there in this game?
60, I think. I think it's 20 per difficulty level. I'm probably entirely wrong.
And are there levels where you have to push more than one thing to the target?
I seem to recall I got to like 22 and just was like, I'm done racing this game now. So I don't actually know. So it looks like NPC has the right answer. Oh, nope, messing up the execution. Like, I cannot stress, that is actually a painful execution to do. I don't know, Pika might have been in... Okay, so that race... okay, so that race I was mentioning, wherein I was like, who's this Pika fellow? That was his first race, too. He came out of nowhere. It was me, Jal... let me look here, actually. I've almost got the matchup. Because it was basically, we were actually working with, at the time, Jala and Ness Kamikaze and I were racing a lot.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh yeah, Ness and I did a lot of races back then. Unfortunately, I've been too busy for him these days. Sadness. He was Snow Bros Jr. I'm racing Jala and Ness Kamikaze. We had planned this out. We had been like, yeah, we'll do this at X time. We jump in, and then it was like, who's this guy? I mean, the races are open to everybody. We just don't know who this guy is.
Which game was it? Was it this game or no? It can't be this game.
No, that was for Snow Bros Jr.
And so suddenly you get new fresh blood into the mystery tournament scene, and yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I joined in Mystery Tournament 10 as well. I mean, we've got the in Mystery Tournament 10 was when they actually did the mystery block at GDQ.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the submissions for previous GDQs, and I think they were trying to get some mystery tournament action into the one before, which would maybe be Mystery Tournament 9.
Yeah, so they did for the Big Ten. They finally got it into GDQ and did that whole thing. So
I still have not watched that VOD, by the way.
It was fun. It was nice to see how Andy seems to destroy. Yeah, some girl, you're honorary MTX newbie. Like, I know you're an MT9 and you're a veteran. You predate us there, but I mean, let's face it. The MTX guys that are still around to this day, like, we're pretty cliquey. Hell, Alpha Spin and I were MTX joiners, I think, which we're the ones that run Mystery Funhouse. So, you know, you really can be anything if you just try.
When was the first Mystery Tournament?
Oh, 5 years ago. Long time. It was to hear Boney tell the story, it was a ramshackle small event that just kind of sort of was insane. And then we suddenly became organized, and we have all these rules, and we have all these moderators, and these people doing things, and then...
And a ban list.
And a ban list, and a non-ban list, and then I'm testing, and then now we have restreamers because I don't have a life, and that's really what it boils down to. See what I mean?
NPC is really not getting the timing for this.
I told you, this is not easy. Like, I wasn't kidding there.
Like, I've seen someone do it, and I can't work out the timing.
So it looks like NPC has officially not beat my time. Yeah, I'm serious. I took like 5 minutes trying to do this. Oh, NPC did not do it. You're running away, and he messed up the level. Oh no, he did do it. He just double gapped himself. Oh no. And Gust is mentioning the answer to your question. MT1 was in December 2012. So yeah, again, we've said it before. We'll say it again. Mystery tournament registrations are open. We got information. It's actually a day off. They close on Friday or on Saturday the 3rd. So if you want to join, register for it. Get going. I'd post a link, but I can't. So if Aries could be so kind as to post a mystery.beatthegate on me, we yeah, it sounds bad when you say it like that.
It's also in the loop of things plugging at the end of the stream. And between games.
Join, register. You just got to submit one game around this time. It's normally 2. Yeah, that's the well, it's mystery dot.
I think correctly, yeah.
It's mystery dot beat the GA.me.
It also it's not mystery correctly.
Also, yeah, that is my estuary. Here, Aries is doing me a favor, and I'm making fun of him for it. I'm a terrible person, but I at least acknowledge it. All right, there you go, NPC. You got it. And
now
NPC finishing with 22 or something or the other.
That's a difficult level.
That link is a mess. Don't worry, it's a fun little link, but yeah. So that was Little Magic. Like I said, it's a lovely little Sokoban game, except that you have an extra move to it, basically. And that changes a lot.
Yeah. Like, just the number of we've only seen like the first third of the game, and God damn it, Bob.
Yeah.
This is
Don't worry, Saphira. If I could have linked it, I would have.
It threw a lot of curveballs into the classic push stuff around, and that was just the first third of the game.
Yeah,
you said you haven't seen much further. I've certainly never seen it before. It's going to be an interesting thing to see how far the game goes.
If you enjoyed it, play it. I mean, if you're seeing any of these games and going, man, that would be kind of fun to play, but I don't want to ruin the fact that I'm blind, congratulations. You're not blind anymore. The games aren't coming up again in the tournament. Go play them.
I actually don't really care that much about being blind on some of these puzzle games.
Well, I just mean blind for the tournament's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I have legitimately a list of games that I keep seeing in Mystery, and it's games that I want to play, and you just keep building it up. If I could ever figure out what the name of that text document is, turns out it was just games to play. Like, for instance, I got to play. Over the
important planning file, text file in a folder full of other text files that have similarly non-obvious spell names.
No, I wish that my computer was that organized. No, no. Like, you'd never think that I'm going to go play an Over the Hedge, like a licensed game from a DreamWorks movie. Yet here I am going, man, I got to go play that game. You see awesome stuff in Mystery. Join us. Play games. Go, why the hell is Hammy Goes Nuts a really good game? Play it. You'll find out.
But you've also might run into some really bad games.
Oh, we also make sure that you get some bad games in Mystery Tournament. We can't stop them. I mean, as long as they're a viable race, sometimes they're just bad. And then, eventually, in Mystery Tournament 14, Kato will submit Mr. Nuts again, and we'll all watch that for another hour and 45 minutes. Why am I speedrunning that game? I will reject it, Saiho. I'm sorry, what?
Mr. Nuts? Because I have vague memories of it.
For some reason, I'm speedrunning that game, and I hate myself for it. So, looks like that'll be it for now. That's it. So we seeing some semifinals. Moving on here.
Roar will always be looking.
We're in quarters.
Roar will always be looking for puzzle. Do not worry, Saiho. You will be foiled.
I am testing literally every game. Literally everyone. I don't have to. I have other testers to help me. Alright, so it looks like Ares wants to go to bed there. I can see his mouse cursor moving around going, when will these guys shut up? So, anyways, been a blast. 4 races tonight. What a rush.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, yep, thanks for having me. Ta.